But on top of the fact that the government can control hurricanes and could kill this hurricane and could have killed the last one, could have already killed Milton, you have them blocking aid in North and South Carolina and Georgia and other areas. And you have them now lying and not just giving $1 billion to illegal aliens, but having a secret $7 billion. That's all over the news now. That's Mayorkas for you. Yeah. He's a giant human trafficker. He's an anti-American criminal. He's Lex Luthor for real. Watchdog found $7 billion in untapped FEMA funds, even though DHS Secretary Mayorkas said none available. I have Fox News reporting it. Then you've got Dorsey asked KJP why Biden-Harris admin can't send immediate funding to Lebanon, can send money to Lebanon without Congress's backing, but can't do the same for additional disaster funds in North Carolina. She calls it misinformation. When they don't want to answer, they just call it misinformation. The old word was conspiracy theory. It's a fact. Got a clip of her saying we're giving the money to illegal aliens in 2022. Now she says it's misinformation, doesn't exist. You want me to play the clip for you? No, it's all over the place. Hell, just go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it.
Categorically false. It is not true. It is a false statement. No, Biden did not take FEMA relief money to use on migrants. Funding is also available through FEMA's Emergency Food and Shelter Program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon request to support humanitarian relief for migrants.
Okay, but it's misinformation. And then we've got Kamala with a shovel video where she obviously she's never had a shovel in her hand and like stabs the ground with it. I mean, I shouldn't laugh at this. I mean, how did they find an idiot this dumb? All right, let me show you this first and I'll plow into the documents. Breaking, lawmakers briefed on weather modification tech conclude Hurricane Helena was DOD-linked weather weapon deployed against American people. Kind of a big deal. That's on Infowars.com. All right, there's no way to start with the most important document because depending on how you research it, it's all important. But let me just start running through documents and mainstream news articles for you so you can go look this up for yourself. When they say Alex Jones claims, that it's a weather weapon, there's no such thing. And when I say they're saying it, they're already saying it everywhere. Almost science fiction. NOAA.gov, and they've been removing this, by the way. Almost science fiction, hurricane modification and Project Storm Fury, National Weather Service, 1960s through the 1980s. Total control of hurricanes. And those very type of aircraft you see here, they're still using those exact ones, taking off and flying into Helena and into Milton. And flying around in circles doing exactly you know what. 7th anniversary of the first hurricane seeding experiment. NOAA.gov. See that? They're removing all this stuff. Project Storm Fury, Wikipedia. Go read about it. And now you've got it, one of the biggest hurricanes ever, up to 180 miles an hour, Milton. All right. But don't worry, we got fact checkers saying that I'm saying they did it to get the lithium. I'm not the one saying that. Congressional reports on it. The footage I showed in the last hour, the hour before, of the planes going around, sent by the Weather Service and by Department of Energy to control the hurricane. All the different little...
I want to buy your house. I can pay you cash for your house, no matter what condition it's in.
HAARP facilities all over the Western world, like in England, to control the weather. Got the people like Axelrod saying this is great, it's keeping conservative areas from voting. Played that audio yesterday. But right now, and I've got all the footage inside the government aircraft of the chemtrailing, geoengineering, videos, CBS admitting lasers controlling the weather. The head of the program under Operation Popeye for the CIA and the Navy and the Air Force, Ben Livingston, played those clips 2 hours ago. Make Mud Not War, how the U.S. weather warfare in Vietnam, The Guardian. Operation Popeye, you can read all about it. Environmental Modification Convention of the United Nations, 1977-78. You can go to the UN. This is statedepartment.gov and read all about the weather control treaties they signed back then. They agreed not to tell the public about it in the treaty. The details, Environmental Modification Convention. Then they are now telling the public about it slowly. London Telegraph signed it a step closer to steering hurricanes. Oh, in a perfect circle, getting it to go where they want. Just like it does in the actual flight pass. See how that works? Scientists think they can control the weather with lasers. CBS News. All right. Now let's go into some documents. Okay, this is publication 94-490, October 13, 1976. 94th Congress, public law, ahead of the UN ratifying the law on the Weather Modification Convention. The law passed. Here's the law for you. Public Law 94-490, 94th Congress. All right, here's another one. Patent granted for a system that manipulates hurricanes. We'll show you the patent in a moment. Oh, what's it use? This is in the 2003. I had the head of the HAARP program at the current time on in 2006. He, for some reason, the Pentagon called. The Air Force colonel said that the head of the HAARP program is a civilian. He wants to come on your show for some reason. He came on and admitted they control the weather and can actually light the atmosphere on fire with HAARP. They built systems everywhere, and they thought I should know that. The interview's out there. And here it is with HAARP systems, how to control a hurricane, U.S. patent application publication. It was granted. And that's 2003, 0085296, May 8th, 2003. And it goes over how to control it, how to steer them, how to kill them, how to make them stronger, how to make them weaker, all using Doppler radar. And they've got giant floating mobile oil drilling platforms with huge control systems in the Gulf, the Atlantic, and they deploy it against the American people. That's how they steer it. They have all the figures there, how they do it, how they make clouds bigger, how they make them rain, how they dissipate clouds, it's all right there. Read all the science on that. They're just going to call this disinformation. I says, oh, it's just, oh, hey, you want to ban semi-autos? Kamala. Nope, disinformation. Hey, you said you gave the money to illegal aliens from FEMA. Disinformation. Doesn't matter you have the clip. Doesn't matter I just showed it to you. Hey, you say X and Y chromosomes don't exist. That's right, disinformation. Here's one also from the federal government. Electromagnetic system to modify weather. Big giant report on that. Another patent. Complex artificial electromagnetic field array for particle fusion. Confinement in yield larger elements. That gets into weather control. Propagating sound through bodies of water to generate direct wind. The purposes of moderating the affected weather patterns. That's, again, the federal government. CIA.gov. Worldwide countries likely to expand weather modification efforts. Huge links to huge studies right here. Weather modification, current intelligence weekly summary. Survey on weather modification, R&D program planning guidance on government operations and weather control, analytical summary, possible environmental restraints, environmental warfare. And what do you think we're under right now? This is like 20 pages long. Let me keep reading. Number 7, Central Intelligence Bulletin on the Russians using weather weapons. Weather modification, the Weather Services, Environmental Science Services Administration, Weekly Surveyor, International Aspects of Weather Modification. Let me keep reading all this to you. Climate geoengineering, a growing foreign policy and public perceptions challenge, but currently a low technical threat. This is from the 80s. Geoengineering, the answer to global climate crisis. Forbes. And Bill Gates admittedly advises the Department of Energy. And he's over the World ID program, and he's over the World Poison Shot program.